What's up, everyone? Matt here. It's 8:30. It's a little late. Finally getting around to it. My new air forks came in for my mountain bike build, so we're going to do another mountain bike build video tonight. We're going to change out the two air forks. They are Bucklos Factory 34s. We also have a new headset. I don't like the bearings and everything that comes with this stock system, so we're just going to go ahead and hurry up and work our way through it. We're going to disconnect the brake, pop that off, and pop the tire off. Then we are going to loosen up the bolts, drop off the whole front, put in the new one. I'm not 100% certain if I'm actually going to have to cut it. It does look to be about the exact same size this one is already. So I might stick with that for now. I have new plastic or new aluminum spacers from Bucklos as well. So I'm going to try I'm going to try to match roughly what this is. We'll see if the size lines up, how that all works out. I might stick with roughly full stem, and then maybe do some riding, kind of see where I want to get it, because I actually don't know exactly what I like the most. So I've just been using what came with this bike as is. Just to give a brief rundown of tools. So I've got a dead blow hammer for the crown race setting. I might also need to use this tool to pop out the old headset out of the bike. I'm not 100% certain. I picked up really well. So I got a new headset. I really like these style bearings way better than the junk that comes in that bike. They're actually more like a sealed bearing system. Much better. We've never done all this before, other than the first video where I actually dropped all this. These are the new forks. I really like them. They are straight tube steer design, which is what I need. I do also have this little press kit in case I need to press in the new ones. I probably will. No real clue what I'm doing, so I'm going to be figuring out a lot of stuff as I go, and I'm going to try to make this as quick as I can. Oh, I do also have the star nut setting tool, so we can set in the new star nuts. So, all right. So, other tools I didn't say is 3, 4, 5 millimeters. Allen keys to remove everything. Pretty basic stuff. Nothing major. I don't think I need anything else special other than what I already showed you guys. I am very much still fighting off a cold, so I may or may not cover up a lot of what I'm doing with some music just because I am not in the best of shape. But still riding. Got a adventure bike ride tomorrow on the GSA that we fixed up earlier today. Very much looking forward to that. And if I get back in time, may get to go take out the mountain bike with the new forks. Let's set that aside. Pop the tire. Tire off. Just gonna do a test fit, make sure I did buy the right fork. Yeah, we should be good. So that's plus. We've got at least a fork that mates up with my wheel. Let's see. Next up, we're gonna pop off this little screw retention, and we are going to start loosening up all this. And this time, because I don't want to drop everything again, I am going to keep a hand on the existing forks because I really don't feel like dropping everything. Oop. Take the bars off, the spacers off, and we're going to drop. These are so heavy, so much heavier in comparison. All right, I think we are going to kind of bungee cord this up some. Kind of keep it contained. That's gonna sit there. Yeah, we're gonna have to pop off these old ones, which is why we brought this little tool made to do this. And this should just go. Kind of has this, this crappy bearing design. These are like the garbage, as cheapest bearings possible that they could have used. I just kind of crush this little, flower split design, get it down in there. Take our dead blow. It should. There it goes. And just like that, it popped out the bottom. We're going to do the exact same thing coming up from the bottom now. And just like that, we've got the old bearing parts of the cassettes all pushed out. They are really junk. And then what we get to do is learn how to use this press to press these in for the new ones. Pop out the bearings out of them. No idea how to use this press. I'm going to assume probably assuming correctly. There's all kinds of pieces to this. I'm going to start with putting just a little bit of lube, a little bit of grease. What is this? This is Poly Lube 1000 from Park Tool. I don't know if I should have to do this, but I'm going to anyways, because a little bit of lube probably help make this go in just a little bit easier. Help it slide down in there some. One side, we're going to do the other side. Ooh, that did not stay. That is not going to stay. So we're going to have to figure out how to kind of use this press. All right, this tool's really not that complicated. He's got this little, put on this little washer, bearing washer like thing. Put this on, and then you can slide this up and through here. We'll do the exact same opposite of this, and we'll put a nut on there, and we'll just kind of compress it together. Should be all right to work through. Let's see. This thing's a 17. I'm gonna grab a better 17 wrench other than that little thing. All right, I don't really have enough hands. Need a couple more. So, I believe we're gonna hold this like this. Put the bottom bearing cup in. I know I'm completely in the way right now, but unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice in the matter. I am trying to hold a lot of stuff on at the moment. All right, there we go. Now we've got this press on. Now, kind of see, we've got the, just mirror the exact opposite of what we did up there. Got a little bit of lube on. Try to make sure they're going in straight to begin with. And then, I think all we have to do, get out of the camera's way, is kind of tighten this down, and it will sink those into the stem nice and easily for us. try and see if I can get these just a little bit more centered. Oh yeah, that's sinking them up in there nice and good. That's actually pretty easy. Now we should be able to back this all out. Because I think it is there all the way sunk up in there. Now we just have to put all this back away. Sorry, lots of little pieces. That away. That's cool. That is one of the steps. Next up, I want to take the steering tube height sizes on here. They are really almost probably identical in height, honestly. And the bearings are falling apart. The old ones, that's great. Yeah, these are one incredibly way heavier than this new one. So these are pretty close. So what I'm going to do, one, we need to set the crown race, which I don't know if you can see, but there's a ridge inside. That's going to go down into this opening. It's probably not going to just push right in. That's why we have these lovely tools. All right, I think that's finally set. Doesn't seem to be wiggling or moving anymore. All right, before we are 100% determined whether or not we're going to cut this, we're going to go ahead work on putting this all together so I can determine how I feel about how long it is. This was the original spacers amount. Yeah, I don't think I need to cut them. I don't think I'm going to cut them tonight, at least. I'm going to go ahead, pop this back off. Pull out the old ones. Or pull the fork out. We still have to set the star nut as well. Right. We'll pull these all out. I'm going to lube all this up before I put it all together too. All right, to set these, this is pretty easy looking. Just kind of put this in, screw this all the way on, maybe drop it a couple times, screw this all the way on, all the way down, and then drop it back down in there, push it all the way up. That now sets the depth. And you just take your, put it on top of your fork, it'll push itself up. Take your hammer, you're going to hit it till it's flat. That's nice and flat there. And then I think we just unscrew it. Now we just pull it out, actually. There. We unscrew. Well, that shouldn't have happened. But that's okay. I can put that in. Look to be basically the exact same depth. So that should be installed correctly. All right. Now, like I said before we install everything, I'm going to grease the crap out of this because we're putting bearings and stuff on here. So I'm going to put fresh polylube up in here. Down below as well. I don't think we actually need to grease the tube itself, do we? I don't think so. I don't think the tube should really be touching anything other than these bearings. So we're just going to make sure the bearings are nice and lubed up. There we go. We got a good amount of lube on those. We should be able to set the bearings in, honestly. The lube should help hold them into place. When you're doing these are also Bucklos headset. I'll link everything below. There is a taper. The taper goes inwards, so it points up from the bottom and points down from the top. We're going to grab roughly the exact same amount of spacers on the new aluminum ones because I prefer them. All right, so if we need a little extra, this one is a little bigger. Otherwise, these seem to match up to those. And then, let's see here. Let's see. All right. So this goes up. Where is, there we go. This goes up in here. We have a little retaining clip. I don't know what this one's called. It does have a little cut in it as well, or split in it. That goes into the bearings like so. We will grab our Bucklos kind of top sealer. And then, where did that go? We're not using this right now. I wonder if we can use this to aid us. And holding, look at that. Hold the fork up for us. That way, we gotta start piling everything else on. We've got our spacers. And we will take, let's see, so they're spun backwards right now. There we go. Let's see here. My only concern that I have as of this moment in time is I actually think, because of how this is designed, while I can get this in, I feel like I need to actually remove a spacer. Because the tube is actually not getting flush with near the top of there we go. I think that's better. There we go. That's much better. This problem was this top bolt here is actually above the steer tube, and I didn't want that. So I removed a spacer. That way it's not anymore. That means I can remove this. So we are back tied on. That all looks nice and good. I'm going to just barely tighten this stuff down just a little bit. I'm not really going to tighten it much because I'll end up making sure it's... I have to get on it, make sure the bars are straight and all of that. Can't really check that from here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wheel on. Put brake in through here. All right, we have the brake back on, the wheel back on. We do have to secure the brake cable over on the new retaining clip. All right, brake cable is retained up out of the way. Wheel is on. And I think that pretty much sums it all up. We now have, so these things have, I think it says on here, 140 millimeters of travel. These garbage things, oh man, these just weigh so much more. I don't even know what these are. I think these are like 70, maybe 100 millimeters of travel. There's next to nothing, and the bearings are literally falling apart. I am super excited to get to go test ride this bike out. This is going to be awesome. It's actually incredibly easy. Way easier than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and some people would cut this down and remove these spacers. I don't know. I kind of like the position that I had my last bike in, or my last bars in. They should be pretty close to where they were. We'll go from there. We'll see. If I want to cut them down later, I will. Otherwise, I might just leave them as is. It should probably change his geometry some, maybe, I think. I don't know. with the more travel. It's definitely going to change the ride a whole bunch. Other than this, next things up are going to be, we're going to change out the whole gear set. Right now we're at a 1x8. It's terrible. I'm going to 1x11 or 1x12, I think. I do still need to order all those parts, so won't be anytime soon, unfortunately. I will keep trekking up mountains and having only 8 gears, as much of a struggle as it is. But otherwise, yeah, I'm going to take this down and get my bars straight, get everything tightened down. It's not much. I think it's like 6 Newton meters of torque. It's not very much that's needed. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. This was mountain bike build video 3 for the GT Aggressor Pro. I'm super excited. I ride it all over the place now. Have a great evening.